Are you planning to build your career and future in Australia? Well, the latest update on Queensland's 190 and 491 visa programs has just opened up exciting opportunities for skilled professionals and graduates. These visa pathways are not just about migration. They're about securing a long-term career in one of Australia's fastest growing states. Queensland, known for its thriving industries like healthcare, engineering, IT, education, and construction, is now actively inviting skilled workers and regional applicants through the Skilled Nominated Subclass 190 visa and the Skilled Work Regional Provisional Subclass 491 visa. This update is particularly significant for those who are looking for permanent residency options, while also aligning their skills with high-demand occupations. What makes this update career-defining is that Queensland is targeting individuals who can fill critical skill shortages and contribute directly to the state's economy. Whether you are an onshore applicant, a recent graduate, or an offshore professional aiming to move to Australia, these changes can fast-track your career goals and give you a clear pathway to PR. So, if you've been waiting for the right time to apply, this Queensland update could be the breakthrough you need. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through the latest changes, eligibility requirements, and how you can strategically position yourself for success in the 190 and 491 visa programs. Eligibility criteria and state nomination requirements. Queensland. To pursue Queensland nomination, you must satisfy both Australian Department of Home Affairs, federal criteria, and Migration Queensland, state criteria. Let's dissect both. A. Home Affairs federal visa criteria for both 190 and 491. Points test 65 points, including possible state nomination bonus. Positive skills assessment in your nominated occupation or closely related. Age, generally under 45 years at the time of application. English language, at least. Competent English, or higher if required by the assessing authority. Must have an expression of interest, EOI, lodged in Skill Select, selecting Queensland. B. Migration Queensland state nomination requirements. These vary by pathway, onshore, offshore, construction, graduates, SBO. Key general requirements include 1. Occupation on Queensland Skills List. 4. Onshore, Queensland Onshore Skills List. 4. Offshore, Queensland Offshore Skills List. Some occupations are restricted to 491 only, Regional Occupation List. 2. Work experience. 4. Onshore skilled workers. Prior to ROI, you should have been living and working in Queensland or Regional Queensland for a minimum period. 9 months, for 190. 6 months, for 491, in Regional Queensland. Work must be in your nominated or closely related occupation, same first 3 digits ANZ SCO. Must be at least 20 hours per week, and multiple roles can be aggregated. Casual and remote work counts if employer has a physical presence in Queensland. 3. Commitment to stay. If 190, commit to living and working in Queensland for at least 2 years after grant. If 491, commit to Regional Queensland for at least 3 years. 4. Other factors used in selection. Migration Queensland weighs additional factors such as qualifications and skill level, salary and employment conditions, onshore, age and English proficiency, partner skills and English ability, location of employment and whether it aligns with regional needs. 5. Business, SBO. Pathway for 491, if eligible. The business must be operating in Regional Queensland. Ownership must be 100%, no partnerships. For Pathway 1, purchase an existing business $100,000 Australian dollars, with at least 1 Australian resident employee. For Pathway 2, start and run the business for at least 2 years, with turnover greater than or equal to $200,000 Australian dollars in the 12 months before application. The SBO pathway is being restricted for new businesses after the 19th of September, 2025. 5. How the selection and invitation process works. 1. Submit expression of interest, EOI, via Skill Select. Choose Queensland or multiple states, but to be considered for Queensland, it must be listed. You may not need to resubmit EOI if you already have one, still within validity. 2. Lodge a registration of interest, ROI, with Migration Queensland. Provide your EOI number, choose subclass, 190 or 491. Nominate your occupation, etc. 1. Context and program status, 2025 to 26. Queensland Skilled State Nominated. Migration Program, SNMP, for 2024 to 25, officially closed on the 27th of May, 2025. The state is now preparing and has reopened its 2025 to 26 Skilled Migration Program from the 19th of September, 2025. Registrations of interest, ROIs, for pathways such as onshore, graduates, offshore, and regional small business owners are open again. However, note the small business owners, SBO, pathway under, subclass 491 is closed for new businesses started after the 19th of September, 2025, i.e. only those established are purchased. Before that may still be considered. Details of the 2025 to 26 program, such as quotas, selection rounds, priority occupations, are being published. 2. The visas in focus, 190 and 491 overview. Subclass 190, skilled nominated, permanent. This visa grants permanent residence. You can live and work anywhere in Australia. You must be nominated by a state or territory, in this case, Queensland, to add state nomination points and be eligible. With Queensland nomination, you commit to living and working in Queensland for at least 2 years, minimum, post-grant. Subclass 491, skilled work regional, provisional. This is a 5-year provisional visa, in effect. It leads to potential permanent residence via subclass 191 later. You must live, work, and study in a designated regional area of Australia, in Queensland's case, certain postcodes or regions. After fulfilling residency, work and income requirements, you may transition to permanent residence under subclass 191. With Queensland nomination, the commitment is to regional Queensland for 3 years post-grant. 3. Key changes and new features in 2025 to 26. These updates are critical, especially for people already in Australia or working in trades construction. Change old previous rule new updated policy. 2025 to 26. Impact are why it matters. New building and construction pathway, onshore, construction trade. Occupations had more. Restrictive Access Queensland is now offering a dedicated onshore pathway for building and construction workers. This gives more direct access for trade workers already in Queensland to seek state nomination. Acceptance of casual and self-employment only ongoing. Full-time roles counted in many cases casual work, if greater than or equal to 20 hours per week, is now accepted. Self-employed or contractor work can count, with adequate proof, contracts, invoices. Opens doors for many working in flexible roles or gig economy sectors to meet eligibility. Reduced eligibility duration for work. Requirement, for certain pathways, 9 months. Onshore work for many onshore. Applicants 6 months, 20 hours week, required for 491. And some onshore consideration with 3 months for building and construction pathway. Makes it more accessible for applicants who recently started work. 3. Selection invitation by Queensland. Migration Queensland runs selection rounds, smaller and frequent, during the year. They will review your documents, compare you against other candidates, and decide whether to invite you to apply for nomination. 4. Apply for Queensland nomination, if invited. If selected, you will have a time window, e.g. 14 days in earlier years, to submit supporting documents plus nomination application plus pay state nomination fee. Once state nomination is approved, you proceed with your visa application to Department of Home Affairs, under subclass 190 or 491. 6. Key considerations, risks and strategy tips. Occupations dropped or deprioritized. Some fields, especially in ICT, have seen reduced priority. Applicants may find their occupation no longer in the Queensland list. Competition is high, because nomination spots are limited. Only the strongest candidates, with higher points, solid work history, good salary, desirable occupation, are likely to get invited. Timing matters. Submitting early in the program year, after the 19th of September, 2025, gives you a better chance in earlier rounds. Maintain compliance and consistency. Your ROI, EOI, and actual documents must align, same occupation, same employment period, etc. Changes or inaccuracies may cause your nomination to be withdrawn.